been feeling very nostalgic today, so I would like to tell you guys a bit about a few of some old Minecraft worlds that I made when I was younger, when I first got the game, just because I think that'd be fun. So the first world, or one of the earliest worlds that I remember, was called Ruins, and it was modded. I had a lot of mods around the time that I first got Minecraft, because I watched a lot of YouTubers that would play modded Minecraft, and it just looked really fun. So I had a list of a bunch of mods that I wanted once I got the game. So this world is one of the early ones, and the reason why it's called Ruins is because one of the first builds that was on that world was a giant castle ruins, which was really cool, and it pretty much was a whole town, I believe. So we had a giant castle ruins, and then there was a bunch of restaurants and cafes, and then there was a zoo, because one of the mods that I downloaded was, I believe it was called Mo Creatures or something like that, but it just added a bunch of animals to the game that weren't in just regular vanilla Minecraft, including fish and lions and all that cool stuff. So I had a bunch of animal enclosures, and it was just a cool zoo that you can walk through. And I think my favorite part about it was that there's a big aquarium. I actually really like aquarium. I think they're really cool, and I wanted to just make a giant one for the zoo that I was building. And it was in pitch darkness underground, and then it was just a bright tank full of fish and bright coral and stuff. I believe I also had the Twilight Forest mod, because there was giant mushroom apartment complexes, and the Twilight Forest mod pretty much adds a whole new dimension to your game. So it works like the Nether, where you make this portal for the Twilight Forest. It was a 2x2 hole filled with water, and then you put a bunch of flowers around it, and then it would bring you to a whole other world, which was giant forest areas with super tall trees. There were giant mushrooms they could make into houses, like what I did. And then there were giant dungeons that you can go into and fight bosses, which were of a varying degree of difficulty. But I, of course, was no, I want to make mushroom houses. And it was just a giant apartment complex, but there are mushrooms, which is super fun. Another world that I remember, this one was pretty much just giant statues of a bunch of YouTubers that I watched at the time, which is not creepy at all. But one of them, well, pretty much they were all of YouTubers' Minecraft skins, and each had an interior, which I guess would be where their insides should be. But no, instead they had interiors that would reflect their personalities and the content that they made. So, for example, I think the very first one that I made was of Ice Cupquake, because I watched her Minecraft Oasis series before I had Minecraft, which I think it was 2012 or 2013, which would only be a little bit before I got it. She had a lot of mods in that world, and that really just showed me what you could do with Minecraft, and it kind of made me fall in love with the game when I was little. But I made a statue of her. I guess it was kind of like a house, which is a little strange that you're living inside of a statue of someone. But it had a cafe, I think, or a tea area to drink tea. I don't know, it was super cute. It had a very pastel look to it. But yeah, I actually occasionally go back and rewatch that Minecraft Oasis series, just because it's very nostalgic for me, and it's a good series. I recommend it. I still watch her videos. She's fun. I love her. And then, of course, I had a bunch of other YouTubers that I watched at the time, probably Red, of course, and the Diamond Minecart, and just, the Minecraft YouTubers from that era. I had another world that was a huge town. I say huge, but I probably didn't even really build that much on it, but I just remembered a lot because I built this giant Tudor house, which was it was pretty much a mansion. It was so big. That was my house, of course. And then I had a bakery, a pet shop, I believe, and then I remember building that mansion for some reason. I have a very faint memory of me building the roof to it, or going inside and decorating it, because I had a lot of furniture mods. Yeah, I think that was kind of when I was oh, building houses is really fun. I want to do this a lot. which kind of leads to another town that's actually a lot more recent. It's only from like a couple years ago. It's a weird story about its existence, but the reason why I made it was because I had a dream about me living in this weird like modern mansion, and it had a really big open living space, and there was like a balcony above the kitchen. I was like, this is a weird house and I kind of like it, and I wanted to build it in Minecraft because that's like the only way for me to like visualize it again. So I built it, and I only knew what the inside looked like, so it kind of backfired and it was just a giant cube on the outside, but I was able to get what I dreamt about for the interior, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It looks very modern. And then I was like, I'll just make a whole town around it, because I have this like, I always want to build towns, and I want someday to make a whole world that's like huge, like those Minecraft maps that you'd see when you're younger of people just building like whole towns and cities, and it would have skyscrapers, and then there'd be like the more residential neighborhood areas. I want to build that. I think that'd be so fun, but I always like wanted to do that, so I have a few worlds of just towns, and this was the one I think I was stuck with the most because it had like a cafe. I think it had a cafe, and then above it there was like a library maybe, or it was like a mixture of the two, and then above that there was a living space for the person who owned the place. I also built a grocery store. I say had, but I still have this world. This is like the world that I think I can actually go back at and like look at still. I think I built a house for a friend on there, a bunch of other houses, just because I think building houses are like the most fun. It's the most fun thing to do in the game. And I think it had a gas station. I think it has a gas station. I think those are just a few of the worlds that I can think of right now. And then of course there's the one that I'm just like currently playing on at the moment, which I only started a couple days ago because I'm like still just restarting and like starting a new world. Starting a new Minecraft world is kind of like when you have like 10 different art documents of like work in progresses, and you just kind of started them one after another, because you start working on the first one and then you're like, I'm not really into this anymore, so then you draw something else, and you're like, oh, I want to make this into something cool, and then you're like, but I want to draw something else now. So then you kind of just have this chain of art pieces that you're probably never gonna finish, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but that's definitely might just be a personal experience of mine. It's kind of like Minecraft worlds for me. I'll start working on something, and then I'll just kind of get sick of it, and then I'll be like, I should start a new one, because I feel like the most fun part about playing in survival is having that like first like time when you like log in on the world, and then you're like looking around, you're like, ooh, like I can build a house here, I have to like make another portal, I have to get all of the material, I want to get diamond. And then once you have all that, you're kind of just like, all right, I mean, I got all this, I can go fight the Ender Dragon now. Like, I mean, yeah, that's how I've been experiencing that. But recently I started a new world, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just play through this whole world. I'm gonna beat the Ender Dragon. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna build so much stuff, and this is gonna be like the world that I go back to every once in a while. I'm like, oh my god, I did all the cool stuff. I just want to make it so that the game is extremely like I want to play it until I literally have nothing else to do, instead of just dropping it once I have enough stuff to get started. So yeah. I built a house inside a mountain, which is cool. It's right next to a village. It's one of the best worlds that I've gotten, honestly. It has a great view. Big windows, very spacious. 1 bedroom, no bathrooms. Since I'm talking about Minecraft, I do want to bring up that I have a gaming channel. That's a thing now. I have one video on there currently. I will upload another one soon. It's going to be very different from the first one though. The first one is just a mansion that I built, a tour of it. I was just very proud of that mansion, and I wanted to share it, and actually I posted it to Tumblr. And a lot of people liked it, and they wanted to see more of it, so I just filmed a video of me touring it pretty much. It was just like a walk around. Just put that up on the internet. if you want to see that and subscribe to that channel. I'm planning on uploading more stuff. I do want to mention that there will be like I will be swearing on that channel if you're not into that kind of stuff, but it's just because I am filming stuff with my friends and that's just what my friends and I are like. But I am editing a video for the channel and I'm trying not to make it too long, but I filmed it with my friends. It's very funny. I'm really excited about it. I wanted to keep in so much stuff for it just because it's really good. There's a lot of good stuff on there, so it might be like quite a bit long. But I'm gonna do that magical Minecraft YouTuber fun editing. Yeah, that's that. A little bit about the stickers that I want to talk about, because I have not said a thing about them at all, but I really like these stickers. I wanted to have the basic Minecraft cows, but I made them a little cuter than how they look in the game, because let's be honest, they're a little silly in the game. But I gave them like little chibi faces, and I made the babies cute, and I gave them a giant head because that's exactly how the babies are like in the game. And I just put a few things that, Minecraft cows are related to around them. So I have a milk bucket, which I actually like how that turned out. I put some wheat next to them. There's, I believe, just a whole hay bale. And then some flowers. And that's that. It was a very simple color palette because I went kind of obvious with this one and not super stylized, just because I wanted to stay kind of true to the original, except just kind of cutesy it up. And I really like it. I like it a lot. And if you like it too, you can go get a sticker sheet for yourself on my Etsy shop. I also have a few other ones, including some sticker sheets that I will be making videos on in the future. So if you want some spoilers, then go ahead and head on over there. I also will leave a link to my gaming channel in the description, and I will be uploading videos on there soon. And I'm very excited about that, because when I originally made this channel, it was going to be for gaming videos, and then I was like, well, I want to do some art stuff because it's, it's also a huge part of who I am. And then I was like, okay. All that good stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!